Hello, guys. I hope you are strapped in and ready for another roller coaster week because it's going to be another crazy one. Here we are for the weekly analysis starting on the 2nd of June 2025. So if you found this video by accident and you're interested in Forex trading, but you don't know how to get started, I have a great video tutorial on my website. It's about 10 videos. It's a great foundation to help you get signed up with a broker, set up your trading software, and learn about how to buy and sell, risk management, fundamental news. Great way to get started. If you don't want to have any investment, this is absolutely free, no obligation, and it will help you to set up the foundation to see whether or not trading is a good fit for you. So the link for that is below this video. And if you are already a trader and you hold your trades overnight or for several days or longer, if you'd like to have a swap-free account, these guys are great. Ultima Markets, swap-free trading on gold and currencies. And the link for that is below this video. Now, if you're a prop firm trader, you like trading with other people's money, a funded account up to $500,000, I highly recommend OANDA. They've been in business for 26 years. I've researched a lot of prop firms and they have the best terms and conditions. So if you're a prop firm trader or you'd like to check out a prop firm account, the link for that is below this video. So now let's have a look at our go-to website, which is forexfactor.com, where we check out the high-impact news items that's coming out for this week. I've highlighted four particularly important news items. And first one is Jerome Powell will be speaking. So maybe he's the one that's going to kick off the roller coaster for this week. We all know that he can really rattle the markets. So let's see what he has to say this week. And then there's a couple of economies that will be letting us know whether they will raise or lower the interest rates. And then the big one is on Friday, that's the non-farm payrolls, the most highly watched news item for traders. So just be sure and check out forexfactor.com for your local times. All right, let's have a look at the trades that I shared with you last week, see if we got any profit or loss from those trades. And before we do that, I'd just like to look at the JPY basket, which is the Japanese yen compared with other major currencies. And it did fall down during the week because of the crazy news items that were released. But it's starting to recover towards the end of the week, and I expect to see strengthening of the Japanese yen in this upcoming week. With the DXY, well, that crazy news that came out on Thursday sent the US dollar skyrocketing. It looked like it was going to the moon. But then, in the same day, yes, it closed lower than the previous day. So what we're seeing is continuing decline of the US dollar, which I've been talking about all year long. So we're going to see more weakening, more decline of the US dollar in the upcoming weeks and months. So I shared with you last week a buy limit on gold, and it was good for the first day, all right? It did execute, and we got 230 pips out of that one. The Euro US was a buy limit, only got 31 pips out of that one. The odd US, we got even less on that one. It was a buy limit, but only 8 pips. The pound US was a buy limit, but only 31 pips on that one. And then the USD CAD was a sell limit and 58 pips on that one. And with the UJ, unfortunately, that one hit the stop loss. It does happen sometimes. It was just such a volatile week with the news, as you can see on these couple of days here with the Japanese yen way up and then way back down. But remember, guys, I've told you several times that day trading is the way to go these days, in these times, in these uncertain times. Get in and get out. Take your profit and just take what the market will give you. So these trades that I'm sharing with you are basically, they will execute, but you got to keep your eye on the chart and expect that these might only last for 1 day or 2 days. All right, if you're a fairly experienced trader and you like to use support and resistance, I have a free support and resistance indicator. It's for MT4, not MT5. Also doesn't work on Tradingview, but I've been using this on MT4 for more than 10 years. And it's a great support and resistance indicator. It shows you the pivot point for the start of the day and 5 resistance zones and 5 support zones. And it updates daily automatically on your MT4 website software. So if you want that indicator, it's absolutely free. Okay, and the link is below. The download link is below this video. All right, let's look at the pending orders that I have coming up for this week. And this is something that I do to try and help you make profit with your trading. But this is not financial advice, okay? I'm not a CPA. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for educational purposes only. And I hope that these trade setups that I share with you will help you to make profit with your trading. But it's up to you to manage your own account and to use good risk management. So the first one that I'm sharing with you is the Euro US, and it's a buy limit. It needs to come down just a little bit to our support level at 1.1342. And then the AUD US is also a buy limit, of course, being bullish on the major pairs with the entry price at 0.6425. The New Zealand US is also a buy limit with the entry price at 0.5953. The pound US, just buy. Market execution. When you wake up Monday morning, just buy the pound US. The USD CAD is a sell limit, needs to pull back a little bit to our resistance zone there at 1.3756. And then finally, the UJ, just sell. Okay, market execution. Sell the USD JPY. It's going back doing what it normally does, all right, after that crazy news that we had on Thursday and Friday. So am I finished? By no means. I didn't show you gold yet. And I know everybody trades gold, or most people do. And the reason I've stopped momentarily is because I want to explain my rationale for the analysis that I have on gold. Yesterday, just Saturday, this is Sunday today, I'm making these videos on every Sunday. Yesterday, Trumpty Dumpty announced that he would increase the tariffs on steel imports and aluminum imports from 25% to 50%. He said that yesterday. And we know the market doesn't like the tariffs. And when he announces tariffs, the market goes down, the stock market goes down, and gold usually goes up. Well, he announced a big one yesterday. So what can we potentially see with gold? It's likely to go up and the stock market is likely to go down. Unless we see a taco trade. Everybody knows the new term taco trade. Trump always chickens out. So maybe tomorrow or the next day he'll say, oh, we'll just pause those tariffs until the middle of July or something like that. It is what it is. It's just what happens. And we cannot predict the markets. We have to base our trade setups on what we know and what we see going on. And this is the way it is. So looking at the chart for gold, what I just explained to you might help you to understand the reason I have this on the chart. It's a buy limit at 32.82. So I'm being a little bit cautious, thinking that perhaps gold could possibly drop just a little bit down to our support zone there before starting to rise in price. But what I'm really expecting is that due to what Trumpty Dumpty announced yesterday, that the market's not going to like that, and that will be good for gold. So we could see an increase in the price of gold. Gold is bullish on the day chart and neutral on the H4 chart. All right, so I have a buy limit on gold at 32.82. I think we could see even a gap up with the Asian Pacific opening Monday morning. It might not do anything. I'm not trying to predict the market. I'm just telling you what I expect to see based on what has happened, based on what I know, based on what I've seen over the last 100 and something days that he has been in office. It's happened several times. So it's just being prepared, that's all. Be aware of what's going on and be prepared with your trade setup. So cautiously, I have a buy limit a little bit below where it closed on Friday at 32.82, but it could be that the market will gap up and we might just start seeing higher prices on gold immediately. Now, if you're interested in copy trade is for people who don't want to learn how to trade or don't have time for trading. It's where you can set up your trading software connected with a strategy provider, and when that strategy provider's account takes a trade, then your account takes a trade. It's very, very easy setup. The instructions are on my website. Just go to rickrayfx.com/copytrade2 and get started. The link for that is below this video. All right, so that's a wrap for this week, the first week of June 2025. I hope that these trade setups will help you with your trading. And don't forget to subscribe, click the little bell so you'll be notified when I make these videos. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a great week of trading. Don't forget, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'll see you next time.